Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. So last week I introduced you to these little instruction manuals that I rescued from my hubby's work out of the recycling bin. I ended up with 38 of them, so quite a few. I didn't actually take account of how many pages were in it. 36 numbered pages, and then there's some extra pages. So they're not, overly skinny books. Let's say 40 pages. So 38 of these 40-page booklets, essentially. The measurement, in case you didn't watch last week or in case you've forgotten like I did, because I had to remeasure, these are 4 inches across. So if you open them out, it's 8 inches across. It's slightly under, but we're just going to go with those measurements, and it's 5.5 inches tall. So if you don't have anything like this, you can use scraps of book page or whatever you like. I'm just using this because I've got like 38 of them, and I'm going off the size to inspire me on how to use them. So last week, if you didn't watch last week, we made these little flip out journaling cards. So journaling space on the back and then an image on the front that splits, and with some hidden journaling space in there. So I used book page images to decorate them, and I just think they are super fun, and coffee dyed paper for the writing space. This is a little Beatrix Potter one. So very cool. I just wanted to give you a refresher on those in case either you hadn't seen them or you forgot what we did last week, like I did. Right, so moving swiftly along, project today, again using this little booklet because, I don't want 38 of them sitting around for 10 years. I want to actually use them. So let's grab out 3 and see how far we can get. I made 3 of the journal cards last week. Let's see if I can make 3 of today's project. So really challenging myself. So I'm recording this on Monday, which is a public holiday here. And if you're in the Commonwealth, I don't know if we all celebrate it on the same day. I don't think we do, but it's King's birthday weekend. Up until recently, used to be known as Queen's birthday weekend. So it's very hard to make the change because it's been Queen's birthday weekend all my life, and now suddenly it is King's birthday weekend. It's quite odd. I find that quite odd. So I've just given those a little burnish just because they were a little puffed out. The spine was curved. So just flattened them out. And I'm going to make little double pockets today. So nothing super amazing. But hopefully it'll inspire you to do some pockets as well. So this does fit on my typical journal size page, but it's getting a little too close to the spine for me. So, it's going to bulk it out a little bit at the spine. So I just want to trim a little bit off. Let's try, I'm using, because it only goes to just 5 inches, I'm using the edge of the white background as my thing to measure against, just to see what that's like. Yeah, I think that's fine. It just gives me that little bit of space at the spine. Right, which way? This way. So I'll whip through and do all of them, cut them all to the same. So depending on what size journal page you typically have, depending on what size papers you're using, whether you need to trim it down or not. But definitely the first place to start is making sure it's going to fit on your page. Because it's no good making something and then going, well, I can't use it because it doesn't fit in my journals. So always make sure first that it's going to fit. And occasionally I forget and make something that doesn't fit. And then you have to kind of get creative on how to fix that. So here, I'm going to start on the back page. Sorry. let's take this a step at a time. I'm going to start on the back page and fold it down a little bit at the top, about 1/2 inch, give or take. And this is going to reinforce the top of my back pocket. And I'm starting with the back because then we can see how far we need to turn down our front pocket. So you want to turn down your front pocket so that you can see your back pocket. Hopefully that makes sense. So just trying to get it straight is the issue. So about there. And I'm going to clip those, just give them a little mitre. Now it's being annoying and folding up on me. Just so we don't have any little overhangs at the edge that stick out and are annoying. Just on those 2 flaps. And it's just an aesthetic thing. It's not crucial. You can always glue it down, and then if there's any poking out you can trim it off then, but usually it's so small that it can be a little tricky. Right, so from here I'm just going to glue those flaps down. And I think next week I'll do a variation on this particular project, because I was playing around and came up with an idea that kind of just takes this principle and then makes it a little bit more interesting and different. So hopefully I remember that that's my plan for next week's video. I'm not going to do like a whole in a row series on these booklets. I will take breaks, but I think I'm going to challenge myself to keep coming up with ideas for them. And then intersperse them with other bits and pieces for Trashcraft Tuesday. Right, so we have, it's a bit hard to see, I know, but we have a front pocket here and a back pocket. And I will take thumb notches out of them, but I'm going to wait till the glue dries. So I'm going to go ahead and do these 2. So how are you all this week? How are you today? I hope you are good, fighting fit and happy, healthy, all those good things. As I mentioned before, it is a public holiday today when I'm recording this, so hubby has gone for a nap. I folded that the wrong way. That needs to go the other way, because that's the back pocket. And out there. So I'm just eyeballing. Doesn't matter whether they're same or different. Okay, let's do our mitering. It's had a interesting change of habits in terms of one of our cats, Kelly. I'm sure you remember me talking about her quite a bit. She's the one that's recently had abscesses on her cheek, which apart from her bald cheek are actually looking quite good now. They're all dry and healing up. I got up for a bathroom visit at 2:30 this morning, and she came into the house. Like she hasn't come inside at night for many years. And she waited in the kitchen for me when I came from the bathroom, and the first thing she did was she wanted up. And she's so cute when she wants up. She stands up on her hind legs and reaches up with her front paws on my trousers or my night, whatever I'm wearing at the time. And that's her way of asking to get up. And she wanted up. She wasn't asking for food. She wanted up. So I picked her up, and she was all sorts of cuddles. She was just purring her little heart out. It was so good. And normally that's fine until you move. And then she's like, no, I don't want to be carried. I just want to be picked up and cradled. But it was cold and it was 2:30 in the morning. And I was definitely going to go back to bed. If it was summer, maybe I might have sat down in an armchair and given her cuddles. But not in the middle of, well, not middle of winter, it's the beginning of winter, but not when it's cold. So I carried her all the way to the bedroom and she didn't complain at all. So cute. She just kept purring and just being adorable. And then once I got into the bedroom, I very, very carefully, very gently, very slowly pulled the covers back, kind of slid into bed, holding her to my chest. She didn't complain at all. And then I pulled the covers up over top, so it was just both of our heads sticking out. And she stayed like that a few minutes until Puss, who was on the beanbag, moved, and it made the beans, you know, how beanbags sound, that kind of rustling sound. He moved and made them make a noise, and then she complained. And then she decided, no, that's it, I'm off. So she bounded out from under the blankets, took one leap on top of my hubby. He didn't wake up. He had no idea she'd even been in. And then she went off and had some food and went back out. So that was all good. Like, that was unusual. But it was so lovely to see her in the middle of the night. And then 12 hours later, literally 12 hours later, 2:30 in the afternoon, she comes wandering inside again. It was like, normally she turns up. If she turns up, because she doesn't turn up every day, she'll turn up breakfast and dinner time. 2:30 in the afternoon. It was unheard of for years. Like, once upon a time she would have done that, but not for years. And so she had more cuddles right before I started this video. And then Puss came in and it was like, that was the end of that. No, I don't want anyone else around. I just want Mummy and Daddy. So she's gone out again. But really, really happy to see her. Okay, from here, I'm not going to glue these pockets up yet because I want to decorate them with papers. What I'm using today is some of my digitals from recent Patreon. I can't remember what month. It was maybe a couple of months ago, maybe 3. Don't remember. I did these collages with magazine paper and then I scanned them and turned them into printables. So all hand-cut diamonds out of magazine bits. Super fun. And I thought, I haven't actually used them yet. So I am going to use these as my decorative bits. So if you are interested in these papers, they are available on Patreon for paid members, along with all the other printables I've ever done on Patreon. Right, so just going to tear off those white strips to begin with. I spent, I think it was it a whole weekend or maybe even longer doing these collages. I started a new collage book called Patterns and I did several pages in this pattern. And then I did one more collage which was a spiral, and then I put it aside and haven't gone back to it. So I must get back to it and do some more pattern collages because it was super fun. Quite labour intensive, I must say. But I'm not afraid of a bit of work when it comes to crafting, because it's not really work, is it? It's fun. I think so anyway. And I love detailed work. Right, so what part do we want? Maybe this part. And I think I'm going to leave a little white border around, is my thinking, because I will be inking, so that white border will just catch the ink. give somewhere for the ink to sit. I'm going to be creating all sorts of scraps doing this, which is absolutely fine. Love a few scraps here and there. Just fodder for another Trashcraft Tuesday, really, isn't it? See, isn't that just fun and different? And it's all a pre-made collage, ready to go, really. Oh, that siren's very close. Right, do I want to glue stick this, or I think I'm going to take a glue, or actually I might use Tombow liquid glue just for a change. Oops, I've got some dried glue goobers on the side. Now I could ink around this as well, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to ink around the edge. Of the whole pocket. Okay, there we go. So we've got little peaks of like text and things where I've left the border, which just adds a bit of detail too. Okay, that's that. Right, now in the background, should we do a slightly different section? Actually, I think I want to pair it with maybe a solid. So, which I hadn't intended. I was just going to use the same paper, but I think it might be nice to provide a contrast for the back pocket. So let me just dig and find something that I want to use. That's big enough, that isn't. Is that wide enough? Could be actually. Just want to get rid of that scrappy edge. If I can pick it up. So this is just the inside of an envelope. I want to take it down, probably not that far. Probably that far is enough. You know, down inside the pocket so that when you open the pocket you don't see like the insides necessarily. And it needs to be a little bit narrower. So let's trim it the other way. Go there. It's much easier to tear the large piece than the small piece, but if I do that then I can't see where I'm tearing or lining it up, so that's why I did it that way round. I think I'll do all the papers first and then go back and do the thumb notch, because then my glue's going to be dry. Because if I try and do it now, that glue's going to be too wet. And I haven't actually tested how long the Tombow glue takes to dry, whether it's as quick as the tacky glue or not. Yeah, I just like the contrast of that, so you can see the definite two pockets. Okay, next one. Beauty is I can keep using this paper because it's all different bits of paper I used for the collage. So taking a different section, it's going to look different. Right, there. Do I want that bit or this bit. I think I want this end. This bit's not as colourful and I want some colour. Particularly this pink bit. I like that pink bit. Oh gosh, I'm hungry. I don't know why I'm hungry. It is, oh, well, actually I do. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. And I typically have my afternoon snack at 3:45. So it's getting close to that. That'll be why I'm hungry. Okay, and now shall we use this? Why not? Won't worry about tidying up the bottom edge because it won't be seen. Just tear it down to the size at the side. We'll have to find something else for the third one. So did anyone, well, let me rephrase that because I know some people who did, who made some of the little journal cards from last week's project. I know Mari did, and they were really cool. Thank you for showing me, Mari. Did anyone else make some after last week's video? I thought they were a really fun project, and I really like how they turned out. Right, there's that one. See, it doesn't matter how far you turn down the pocket. This one's turned down further than that one, and they just look good. I think they look good anyway. Okay, third one. I'll do this way. And there's a flower here, so the flower really needs to go up the right way. So let's do this end. So going quite quickly so far. But use whatever papers you like, even if it's, well, digitals or book pages, serviette / napkin, tissue paper, scrapbook paper, whatever you like to cover your pieces in, or collage it up with something. Collage them up with scraps, whatever you like to decorate them. And then of course this is just the first layer, then there's the actual decorating with focal points or whatever one wants to put on them. You don't have to decorate them straight away. You could leave them until you put them in a journal, so you could use a specific thing to match a journal. Right, now for this back here, got this. What would that look like? Yeah, that'll look fine. Just going to tear it off at the crease there to make it a bit easier to work with. I could use the other side. What do I think of the other side? Actually, I like the other side. Let's do that. I've got enough room just in between where I've punched out a whale tail tab there at some point. And I managed to tear it even with the cutout. Right, and about there should be fine. So I'm trying to think if I've got anything else really to tell you. Oh, I do have one thing. Don't let me forget. Got a little show and tell, so I mustn't forget those. I left them specifically on my desk so I could tell you about them. And then turned the video on and forgot. So let me not forget to do it before I turn the camera off. If I do forget, then I'll just add it into the next video instead. I don't really trust myself to not forget, but I've left them more visible now, so hopefully I will remember. Because I did a little bit of op shopping last Friday, not much. I was actually after something specific, couldn't find, but did find a few other bits and pieces, and those in particular I just wanted to share with you because they are so cool. Okay, so yeah, it's just a little different look, isn't it? And I feel like it goes really well with this selection here. So I'm going to put them in the order that I did them, because that's the order that the glue will be driest in. I've already got gluey fingers. Right, let's take some thumb notches out. You don't have to, but I like the look. So just now, to get it in the same place, I'm sliding my punch in upside down, as you'll notice, over top of that first one I did, and positioning it in the same place, and then just pulling it up. Give or take, it's going to be in the same place. It might be slightly off, because as you move it, it's easy to wiggle it up and down. But it's I think the easiest way to sort of try and get it in the same place without like making a mark or measuring or something. It seems to be doing okay, doing it that way. And last one here, hopefully it's dry enough. Right, just a little thumb notch. I wasn't taking a huge chunk. Right, time to ink it up. There's a helicopter flying around outside again. It's been a very eventful weekend with sirens and fires and helicopters and you name it. But it was really nice when we got up this morning. Everything was quiet. The street was quiet, the main road was quiet. The main road is only a block away from us. And there was just a stillness everywhere. Oh, helicopters going right overhead. Don't know if you can hear that, but I most certainly can. It's like it was right over my head. Okay, that one's done. So yeah, it was just, we sat here this morning when we first got up. We got up, around 7:30ish, I think. So slight sleep in for the holiday day. And we just sat here and I said to my hubby, I says, isn't it quiet? Like, and he'd been out to look for Kelly, didn't find her. But it was just really quiet and peaceful and lovely. Really, really lovely. And it's our friend's birthday, so he got on, as soon as he got up, he got on and onto WhatsApp and sent him a happy birthday message. And then I followed suit about an hour later, because I thought everybody else who's in the message group might not be up as early as what we are. And our friend would definitely be up. So, yeah, so that was started our day, messaging, wishing him a happy birthday. I saw him yesterday, so Gave him a few presents that he opened this morning. He's expecting a new grandchild to be born. It's due either today or tomorrow, and we're kind of hoping that it gets born today on his birthday. But we haven't heard anything yet, so don't know. I mean, the baby might be late. But I think the mum is definitely hoping that the babs is not late, because she's had a trying pregnancy and she just wants to be out of that phase now. I missed a bit there. Right, now I'm going to glue up the sides here, and I'm back to my tacky glue because that's just the one I reached for. No other reason. It's just on the side of the desk that I look to grab the glue, and so that's what I put my hand on. Right, number 2. I think the beauty of using these types of instruction manuals is often they are small, and so a lot of the base work is already done for you. You might have to trim them up a little, but other than that, they're like just good size, good weight, because they're not thick, and by the time you collage them up, it gives them the weight that they need to hold your journal cards or your tags or whatever you like to put in your pockets and your journals. And I think the size, I find the size inspires me. It's like immediately says to me, I'm about the right size for whatever. So I find that helpful. You know, if you're not sure what to do or where to start, I think something that's around the right size can help trigger your brain to think of things to do. Right. Do we want a little book page now? You know we probably do. Because, you know, it's kind of my go-to really, isn't it? This is just a pattern out of a magazine, a dressmaking instruction pattern, I think it is. Looks like it. That I have coffee dyed. Just trimming down to the main block of text. I don't want this black bar there. And maybe we'll do this end as well. Why not, while we're here? Right. Going to randomly pop some book page down. Gee, my glues are switching backwards and forwards sides of the desk at the moment. They've all gravitated to the right hand side, but they actually live on the left hand side, so I don't know what that's about. Randomness, bit of randomness is fine. That one. Oh, hubby's up. He just waved at me. So you'll probably hear the floorboards creaking. We've got very noisy floorboards here. Right, 2 and number 3. Yep, that will do. And Snuggles must have been in the bedroom with them, because she's appeared too. Where'd I put my card? Oh, were you shouting at me? Right by my hand. Okay, put it back where it belongs, and then I actually might find it when I go to use it next. Okay, so we've got a bit of book page. Let's grab out some focal images. I'm thinking along the lines of birds. You know, birds, flowers, all that sort of thing are pretty useful, and they fit so many different themes. It makes them a good go-to for decorating. Could be interesting trying to find oh, that text is not straight, but it is on now. It's not budging, so just disguise the fact that it's not straight by putting something over top. You're probably yelling at me about that too. Obviously I wasn't listening. You're just a little bit cramped on there. Actually, that one's straight, this one isn't straight, and this one isn't straight. So I was obviously too busy talking or distracted by hubby. Let's blame hubby, eh? I was distracted by my hubby. I wasn't paying attention. That one's too crammed. It's kind of a mean looking bird. I want a happier looking bird. That one doesn't show up enough. That one's not bad. I think this one's a New Zealand bird, but it's got a hard edge there, and I don't like that in the middle of the card. Blends in a bit much. Some water birds. I think this one's going to blend in too much as well, unless I put it over the other side. No, let's keep hunting. Quite like him. I'm just wondering whether he actually blends in a little bit too much as well. What about a green bird? Oops, I'm spraying birds everywhere. Green works well, but the head brown just is perhaps blending in a bit much. I thank you so much for bearing with me and coming along for this journey as I fluff around and try and find the perfect birdie. No, he's a bit dark. Maybe I need to abandon the birds. Or what about this one? Let's go with that one. Okay, we've found 3 birds, or 3 images of birds. Right, just a little bit of extra cutting to do here and there around these grasses on this one. Hope hubby's going back to bed, because I've covered his chair with my stuff that's normally sitting on my desk. So his chair is not able to be sat on right now. Plus I'm not ready to finish my video. I also need to send out the newsletter for this month. I had it all ready to go out on the 1st, and then we had the power cut and internet outage for most of the day, and have not got back to do it. So I did turn the computer on this morning, and it was on a go slow, because you know it it was on when the power went off, so it was having a bit of a tantrum, shall we say, because it needed to sort itself out after being abruptly turned off. And of course it's holiday weekend, so hubby's home and kind of things aren't normal. So I might get it sent out today, or it might be tomorrow. It'll be a surprise for both of us when it actually goes. It is ready to go though, so that's, I'm not too worried about it. Right, I think I want some labels. I've been busy fussy cutting out labels from the Junk Journal Studio, and I'm working on the green ones at the moment, and so that's what I was looking for. It's like, well, green ones should work fine. Like that one there. That's a bit big, that one. That one there. That one there. That was quick and easy. I haven't finished cutting out the green ones yet. Still a few, more than a few to go actually. They're big kits from the Junk Journal Studio. I'll put the link in the description box. These labels come in 6 different colours with 2 colours per kit. So there's the green and blue ones. So I've done the blue ones and I'm now doing the green ones. There's the, what are the other colours? Purple and yellow and pink and turquoise, I think, is the other colour. And that's so fun. Yep. Here's my tacky glue, because that's just the one that I grabbed at first. Oh, hubby hasn't come back in yet. Or come back through. Wonder what he's up to. Mum, when I was visiting my mum last week, she gave me a pack of 4 turkey drumsticks out of her freezer because they having trouble eating them. So I thawed them out on, I put them in the fridge when I brought them home. So they were all nicely thawed out, and I've got them cooking on top of the fire. Oh, it looks like he's going to wash the car. That's what hubby's going to get up to now that we don't have water restrictions. That's pretty exciting. Car hasn't had a wash since January. Hubby just said January, because we'd only had it a couple of weeks before we got put into water restrictions, and water restrictions have been off probably about a month now, but we've been way too busy to do things like wash the car and too tired. Right, that one. Okay, this one. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, so I'm cooking up turkey drumsticks in our pot that acts like a pressure cooker on top of our log burner. I love cooking on top of our log burner. It's like, yes, I'm saving electricity and therefore money by cooking on top of our fire. So I've never done that with turkey drumsticks before. I've always roasted them. So yeah, I'm interested to see how they turn out. I coated them in coconut oil and then made up my own spice blend. And yeah, now they're busy cooking. And chucked in a couple of kumara, which are New Zealand sweet potato. Put a bit of kumara in with them as well. So they'll cook for 3.5-ish hours on top of the fire. They should be nice and tender and juicy. Well, I'm hoping anyway. been ages since we've had turkey drumsticks. They're not all that easy to come by here in New Zealand. I imagine they're a lot easier in the States. Turkey's not a huge thing here in New Zealand. That one and this one. So yes, looking forward to dinner. It's a long way away. It's nowhere near dinner time. It's only 4 o'clock now and I'm definitely due for my snack. I am getting just a tad hungry, but we are actually almost done, which is quite exciting. I thought, do we have time to do my variation on this? And I looked at the time and it's like, no, we don't. So I will do that probably next week. But if I don't, I might put something else in between. It will be, you know, soon I'll do the variation. So again, it will be a surprise for both of us as to the project next week, whether it's the variation. Now, I did forget to cut this out and I was supposed to. So we're just gonna go with it because I've glued it up. Completely forgot that I intended to cut that out, but it's okay. It's not terribly offensive. Right, do I want to add anything else now? I don't think so. I can always add a word or a number or something when I go to use it in a journal. So grab out a journal page. And I still want to show you these. I'm going to put them right here so I don't forget. Yeah, cool. Nice big wide pockets. Something there and something there. Oh, is that not glued? Did I not glue that down properly? Let's get that glued down properly. Are the others all good? Yep. That one. And then this one. Yep, that one's okay. I'll put the lid back on my glue. Yeah, fun. 3 little double pockets. Pretty. Okay, so let's talk about these just for the last couple of moments. So in one of the op shops I went to, I didn't find a lot, but I found this and it was all cellophane wrapped. It was all complete, and I looked at it and thought, that's not a full pack of cards. But it's a particular game called Skat. It's German. I didn't know anything about it. I still don't really, except that apparently to play this game you go from the 7 up to the king, including the ace. But look at these. Look at the diamonds. And some of them have, one of each card has something written in the middle in German, so I don't know. So there's diamonds, there's the hearts, there's the spades, the clubs. I think the clubs are cool too. They're a really nice club there. Clubs, then the aces. So, and each ace, or 2 of the red aces, have something in the middle of the ace of the center. But this is where it gets magical, truly magical. Like this is the title card. Look at these. Now B, I don't know what B is. I don't know, but all these are B's. Aren't they stunning? Aren't they just amazing? The back's pretty standard, but look at these. They're just amazing. Then the D's, whatever the D is. I don't know. Dame? So pretty. Isn't she gorgeous? I was so surprised. I did not expect all of these cards to have these cool characters on them. And here's the K, I assume, for King. So I don't know what the B and the D and the, was it B, D, K? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Some of you out there may be familiar. To me, it's not all that important. I just love these cards. I think they are amazing. And so I'm so glad. And they weren't priced. And I took them up to the counter. So there's the front card. All I could see was this and this wrapped in cellophane. And I says there was no price on them, but I don't expect they're that much. And she looked at them. She went, $1. I was like, yep, that's sweet. So happy. They're brand new. You know, brand new. Just beautiful. Look, aren't they beautiful? These are probably going to go into Hoardyville for a bit. Maybe I might use these, you know, the plainer cards, but these picture cards, yeah, Hoardyville, because I don't know if or when I'll ever come across another set of those. They are stunning. So I think that's all I had. Oh, I did also find this. I might as well show you these. This cost 50 cents. Again, I didn't know what the price was. I just saw them in a bin of children's stuff and grabbed them. It's a mini set of old maid cards. It must have been used because the packaging is a little torn up. It's got the instructions there, and then it's just got all these fun little cards, and I just thought they were really cute for 50 cents. Really fun. Grouch. I think that's so funny. Not very politically correct, I'll have to say. I like that one, the bookworm. It's cute. Couch potato. That's probably me, although I'm quite often at my desk working, so maybe not so much anymore. Yeah, just really cute. So I picked those up as well. They were just by my seat, so I thought, well, I might as well show you those as well. A few other little bits and pieces, but nothing to write home about. And I was actually looking for a yellow dress to wear. Didn't find anything, but I shall keep looking. Okay, that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this Trashcraft Tuesday, making up some double pockets. Remember, if you don't have anything like these little instruction books, use whatever scraps you've got, whatever you like, whatever you've got to hand, and it will be just as good. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with something. Maybe Roxy's weekly challenge? I don't know. We'll both find out. See you then. Bye.